Good evening, everyone. Myself Shubham Narwal. So I will be hosting this webinar as usual. I am hosting the last one. So hope you all are fine and doing great at your home enjoying the winter. I'm sitting at Kendal and here the temperature is quite low and so might be you are sitting in a place where you are having ambient temperature. So talking about the today's webinar, the topic of the webinar is the Brightful bites of dog breed. So the people might be having a question that this webinar is hosting for a purpose on the rabies or something else. Well, this is a webinar that is for general awareness regarding the dog breeds, how to differentiate them. Most of us, even the veterinarian, are not aware about the dog breeds present around us. Also confused, and most of the common question you will be encountering as a veterinarian, your friend or some of your family member or the people just ask you that which breed of dog should be which rear at our home for the companion animal purposes. So this is a webinar for general awareness how the dogs are important and how their breeds are. Uh, Now talking about our speaker is Dr. B.V.G. Sushma ma'am. She had already hosted a webinar with us. She was a speaker in our last webinar, which was on the topic regarding the NAVLE. Today she is giving her time, waking up in the early morning and presenting her presentation from the U.S.A. She had done her B.V.Sc from the Sri Venkateswara Veterinary University, Tirupati. Then she completed her Master of Science in Bioscience from Marshall University, Virginia. After that, she had cleared her ECFVG exam and NAVLE. Now she is working in a veterinary hospital, veterinary clinic somewhere in the USA. So over to the ma'am. Ma'am is present. Ma'am,
Hello everyone, I'm Sushma and I'm just trying to connect here. Give me a few minutes. So it looks like we have 23 people here. Very good evening to everyone. So Shubham gave some introduction. I would probably continue from there. So I'm working in Columbus right now in the state of Ohio. So we had a long weekend this weekend, so I was really busy. I was out of town, so I had to come back, and now I do have some connectivity issues going on, which is not surprising. Sometimes technology do get me. Okay, I think I'm ready. Just give me 1 minute. will probably sharing my screen in a few minutes. Shubham, do you want me to wait or continue?
Continue, ma'am.
No, I was just thinking if we should wait for someone. Maybe.
You can wait if you want, ma'am. Ma'am, we
No.
are recording this webinar. We will post our
Look.
video in the YouTube channel as well.
Sure. There you go. Yep. Looks like I'm trying to connect from more than one device. Let me see how it goes. This one. I'm connected with my laptop. So, can you all hear me, or are you getting any repetition or any disturbance?
Ma'am, your voice is clear, ma'am.
It's clear. Okay. Yeah. While I'm presenting this, just pop in some questions. I'll be having the Q&A session in the end. But if I find anything in the middle, I will probably answer them. If not, it will be in the end. So if my voice is clear, I would probably dive soon. So I probably will not be going over each and every breed here because we have a lot of
Ma'am, actually your voice is not coming. Your another device has been connected. Ma'am, your voice is not coming.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes, now ma'am.
Okay. I'm sorry, okay. I disconnected from my phone and saw that there was no audio. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, ma'am. Your video
Okay.
and audio is ma'am.
Okay. So I just want to know if everyone here is a veterinarian or we do have other people.
I think
I
most
know it
of
was
the
open floor.
people in the webinar are from the veterinary background.
Okay.
If somebody
Do
is
we have it?
from, if somebody is not from the veterinary background, he can type in the chat box. Ma'am, all are from the veterinary mix.
Okay, good. Okay, we will dive in. Okay. Okay. I'm sharing my screen, everyone. Just let me know if my voice is not clear, or if you can't understand me, or if you want me to go a little slow. So welcome everyone. So I know you probably will be expecting that I will go over all these breeds in the world and see and telling you about them. So this webinar is not about that, even though it says Brightful bite of dog breeds. I'll just go over how to check the specifics of each and every breed. There's so many breeds in the world, and they have been trying to discover more breeds, I would say, just because they're trying to breed a lot. They're having more and more breeds just because we can breed them a lot. So I'll probably go over, give me 1 second. Okay. You all can see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I probably will stress more on dog selection than the dog breed. Even the dog breed is important, you have to think about the selection of the dog breed, and it depends on various factors, is what I would be probably presenting today. Because we don't have much time, I think an hour or an hour and a half should be more than enough for this. And if needed, I will go over the dog breeds, but that will be decided at the end of the video, because you have all the information in the Google. In this presentation, I'm gonna include what you have to search for and where you have to search for that information. Okay, so here, this picture with me, it is a mini pom. Most of you guys probably know the, mini poms. They're tiny, they're hairy, and they get matted. But that was a really beautiful mini pom when I was working, I think in 2014 or 2015. And then above, we do have my favorite, I would say, family members. One is my daughter, dark in color. The other one is probably my sister. That's how my mom thinks it is. My mom said she will join today. I don't know. We do think that she probably isn't available to dive in this presentation. But then my puppy right there, Shakti, she is 6 months old. She's a bull mastiff, and she's right here with me snoring on my couch. And the fair one, that one is Snowy. I got her right in 2014. It's been 6 years, a great journey with her. I miss her a lot. I was there with her for 2 years, and then I had to come to US. And now she is with my mom. Both of them are girls. Shakti is still a puppy, so she's still growing up. And Snowy, I never bred her. She was paid at the age of 1.5. I know it is a bit late, but she already had her heat cycle, and then we got a spay. So the first question is, why a dog is important? Why not any other animals, we cats, we have rabbits, we have a ton of thing species of animals that we can house. So this picture, it looks like puppies, but they are not. They are wild dogs. So no answers. You have to ask before you get a dog. Why do you want to get a dog? So some people say no answers. LOL, just like that. You just want a puppy like that. It is okay to get that. I will come in the end. This and this a question will be answered in the end of the presentation. The other thing is we need them. So when you tell your parents, or when you decide that you need to get a pet, or your client decides, uh, a person just walks into the clinic, or a person just meets you and you tell you are a veterinary student. They ask you, we want to get a pet. The first question you need to ask them is, why do you want a pet? So some people might say we want them, some people say we need a dog. So we have to question why we need them. So each and every subject here will be described more in the coming slides. So when you say we need them, we do need dogs. Otherwise, we wouldn't be breeding them from a lot of years. So we probably need them. And some people would say we want them. So want is completely different from need. Need is you absolutely need it. Want is like, okay, the puppy is cute, let's get it. So that would be something I would say you want a dog. And the other one is they help us. So we probably will delve into how they help us. Of course, they help us. I don't know how many people own a dog here, but they do help us a lot in a lot of ways. And people who are already working and have finished graduation, they would probably know. And there are a lot of stories online that you can go in and read, and that probably will get you a lot of things about how they help us. And why a dog? Why not a cat? Why not a rabbit? Why not a cow? So there are a lot of reasons why it should be a dog. Because some people might be a dog person, some people might be a cat person, some people may have a different need when they're selecting a pet. And then, what is the use? So you're getting a dog. What is the use? And then how is the biggest question. How to select a dog, how to select a breed, and how to go from there. So I did add a few important links. So the first one would be Kennel Club of India. The second one is Indian National Kennel Club. The third one would be Kennel Club of India. The fourth one, Indian Kennels. And then the last one would be AKC, that's the American Kennel Club. I added American Kennel Club because the above links wouldn't give me much answers that I was trying to find. So we will go into each and every website and see what it looks like and how to find the information that you would need. So first let's go to Kennel Club of India. So you just have to press control and enter in there, because I already opened it for the presentation. I'm not doing that. So when you are in the PPT, you can do that. So Kennel Club of India, they will just tell you the history and how it works and how to register. If you're doing dog shows, have to do that. And then we do have specialty dog shows, and it is breed specific in India. It's not like that in US. You do have a lot of different dog shows here in US. So some of them would be, so most of them in India, they have German Shepherds or Great Danes or Labradors and Rottweilers, some of the famous breeds in India. The second one is here Indian National Kennel Club. It's the same like Kennel Club of India, but this one is a little bit more, I would say, hiding. So they just have a registry of pure breeds in India. Okay, so I don't know if this is government based or privately owned because there is no information and I'm not pretty sure how this works. And then we do have the Kennel Club of India official website. The first two are Wikipedia pages. Excuse me. Okay. So there is not much information here. I have not registered for this, but there is literally nothing here. This one I would say is probably your go-to website. So the last two are more important. The presentation, the last two are the most important ones that you probably are looking for because it has a lot of information. It comes with the breed profiles, and then of course you probably would need a puppy if you need a registered puppy, KCI registered puppy. That is where you find here, and then you have information about whom to contact. So they are established breeders. I would say when you're trying to get a puppy, go with the established breeder. I will go over the pros and cons, why you probably have to select a dog breeder rather than a backyard breeder. And then how to house train your puppy. So house training is also called house breaking. So you don't want your dogs to pee and poop in the house, right? So that is what house training would be. And then the security training. Security training probably is called so-called training. You have a lot of training like guard dogs, or you have agility when it comes in US. You do have agility training. You have show training. So that is what would be included. And next one is dog care and health. There is just a little bit of information here. It's more important to the dog owners. So how to take care of it, what to look out for specific breeds and all. And then you have dog grooming, of course, for long hair breed. If you think that short hair breed dogs doesn't need grooming, you're wrong. They also need grooming. Every dog needs grooming. It is just a part of their upbringing. And then we do have kennel clubs. So each and every state, I guess, have kennel clubs. There are a lot of kennel clubs, so I couldn't find a proper kennel club that would give me all the answers. So, and then the alpha dog. I really am not pretty sure why it does have this section, but then they probably want to tell you more about the behavior of the dogs. And then you have some breeds, watchdogs and guard dogs. And then they do have some information here. And then the most important one I personally like is the AKC, the American Kennel Club, because I do follow it. I do have a puppy that is AKC registered. I do have a pedigree Labrador, but she was not registered. I wasn't much into it when I was a veterinarian. So here you have everything that you need. So when I tried to select my puppy, I will tell you how did I select my puppies. So it's just like what we saw previously. They'll have the registered breeds here. They'll tell you how to train. They have some new products that is customization because here dog is a whole like a human. And then find puppies. Not only this, they do have lot of information right here about dog breeds, how to prepare for a dog, how to train for a dog. So when you go into a specific breed here, and then you do have find the right breed. So find your match, compare the breeds, and then a dog name finder. So I would probably prefer this. And then as I said, they do have dog shows. They have dog shows for each and every breed. They got select the best of the breed, and then they select the best of the or they select the best dog from all the breeds. So this is how it works. So you do have champion lines here. So you do have confirmation, that is just the breed character. So when you breed a dog, you can just breed them for their character. They're like beauty peasants. And then you do have obedience training. So you just tell your dog to sit and you just leave. The dog has to sit there forever until you come back and ask them to get up. So there are different uses of all these training. And then you have rally and then you have agility. Agility is like exercising your dog. It's like horse riding, I would say, but you will not be with the dog. So the dog will probably run through courses. So this is the American Kennel Club. And then you have some Indian breeds. We will go into that later. So I told you that I will be answering all these questions that we discussed in slide 2. So why do we need them? It comes from the start. That's good. Okay. So when we say need them, some people might have, they might need support animals. So support animal usually is a pet that you probably need a support when you have anxiety, depression, or if you just need a support. It would be probably for differently abled people. Okay, I would say support animal will be for differently abled people or people who probably have a few diseases. You probably know that dogs can do CPR at this point of time. They detect diabetes and then they do detect panic attacks. So that's what a support animal would be. So if you see a person with a support animal, I don't know if in India we do have those support animals, to what extent they have, because 4 years back when I left India, I really didn't see many support animals. But now I think things are changing. So maybe Shubham can tell me about that. Do we see many support animals in India right now, Shubham?
Yes, ma'am. We do have now.
You have, okay.
We have real parrots, cats, for the companionship.
Your voice is not clear. I don't know. It's breaking up.
I think there is connection problem here today.
Okay, okay. So we do have them, right? And I don't know how pet friendly India is, but USA, yes, I probably guys know about that. USA and European countries are pet friendly. India is pet friendly, but it's not that extensive, I would say, because most of the people are scared of dogs. Just because we have lot of um, stray dogs. We do have stray dogs in USA as well, but you will see them very rarely. We try to rescue them We have a lot of rescues in US. I think the rescue work is going very nicely right now in India as well. But I think we still have dogs that you will find roaming around. And then the other need would be service dogs. So service dogs are like you go to a hospital and you do have a lot of patients. So there's some dogs that you can train them to be the service dog just to just bring joy in other people. So they kind of hug you, you can tell stories to them, and they allow you to touch them, and they are docile animals, they are calm. So that's what a service dog means. And the next one would be a guard animal. So guard animal is something that you might need if you have a big house, you have an estate, if you have a farm. So that would be depending on what you need from the dog breed. And the other thing is hunting. So usually dogs in the past were used only for hunting. I think things have changed now because we don't hunt for our food anymore, but we do have people who still need to hunt to meet their daily needs. The other thing is emotional agility. I would probably say this emotional agility as you probably want them, or you just need a pet at home just because you feel alone. If you're living alone, I would say get a pet because that would be the inexpensive thing that you can do rather than because at work you probably will be working, you need a stress buster. So a pet would be your stress buster. Sometimes you do have a lot of anxiety, sometimes you might have depression, but it's not to an extent that you need a support animal. So that is where the emotional agility comes. They just bring joy in our lives. Every pet brings a joy in our lives just because they they deserve all the love that we can put in. And the last one is rescue. We need to rescue animals just because there are a lot of animals that are there. The need to rescue comes because there are very less people who can take the care of them. People want to take care of them, but only a few people actually go ahead and do that. I don't judge anybody, but everyone has their reasons. And next is we want them. So a bunch of puppies in the house. Oh my god, it looks so good. It sounds so good. All these golden retriever puppies right here. Oh my god, it's so cute, right? So do you want a puppy just because they're cute? I would say just think before you get a puppy. Just think when you want to think that okay, because the dog is cute, you're getting a puppy. But there are a lot of things that goes with that cuteness. They pee, they poop, they can't take care of themselves. We have to feed them regularly. It's like an everyday job. It's like a child in the house, a child for next 14 years, for next 8 years, 8 to 10 years. Depends on the breeds, of course, but yeah, you have children for life. And then the other want would be they make a good addition to the family. Of course they do. If you have kids in the home, it's a very nice thing to get a puppy because they can play really well with the puppies. But then I would select different dog breeds. Everything depends on the breeds. That is why I want to discuss about breeds here. And then the other thing is because it's trending, I think this is the worst thing that you would do just because everyone is getting Labradors from this person. You're getting a Labrador. No, it depends on why you need them and how much effort can you put in when you are selecting a dog breed. So I don't know if you all know the Dark Dynasty. There are these pit bulls. They are super expensive. They're in US. This guy breeds them. It looks very good in Instagram, but the effort that you have to put in raising them, it's a lot. And the other thing that you would want a pet would be fur, because this is very uncommon. I would say it's not uncommon, it's quite rare. Just because everyone is getting a puppy, you want to get a puppy. That would not be a good idea. And of course, we always want a cute puppy. If a puppy is there, it's always cute to have a puppy. You go into the pet store, you want all the puppies. Or if a puppy comes into your clinic, you want that puppy. But you do have to think this about getting the puppy if you always wanted a puppy. You always have a right time. Okay. And then the next question would be they help us. Of course, they do help us. That is why we have been breeding dogs forever. So there's a picture here. It's a border collie. So how do they help us? They can guard, they can protect, and of course they gift us, which is why we breed them. So when I say they gift us, they retrieve things, they hunt, they bring that back to us just to gift us. They don't eat it. Even if they can eat it, they don't eat it because they want to gift us. And then they work. We do have working class of dogs. They do work. So there are a lot of things that we can use dogs for. And then herds. So if you are a farmer, if you have sheep, you do have herding dogs. So these are some of the things that they can help us. And the next thing they help us is because to them, if we just give them food, they'll be just following you around. To them, we are their life. They prioritize us before they think about themselves. I don't think any dog thinks about itself. They always think about their owners. I'm pretty sure. Even if they want to eat, drink and sleep and play, the next thing is probably us. Okay, and when you think, why a dog? Why only to get a dog? Why not a cat? Why not a rabbit? So, you get a dog because they can be territorial. So, when it comes to guard dogs, they don't want anyone else to come in. They can be really territorial, especially male dogs who are not neutered. They can be really territorial about themselves. They become aggressive. Even the stray dogs, you see them barking just because they are territorial. They don't want anyone else to come into their territory. It might be anxiety that they are probably having. They might be probably aggressive, or they might be abused. There are a lot of reasons behind that, but dogs can be territorial. And we know a lot about dogs because we have been breeding them forever. That's why we know a lot about the breeds. We have different subspecies of uh, breeds. It's like a huge ocean. We do for each and every class that we have for the dogs, like working class or guarding class or anything. We have a lot of information that we have been gathering from a lot of decades and also centuries. We have been updating ourselves with all these breeds and we are trying to know more and more about them. And also, they are really easy to train. Really, really easy to train. And then they do listen. They listen to everything that we talk, right? They don't judge you. You can just talk to them and they do listen. Even if they don't understand, they try to listen. And then dogs imprint. they imprint your actions. So when you say that, oh, my dog is a diva, my dog is a king, he is just like you. So what usually when you get a puppy, they try to imprint you. So you're eating in a certain manner, you're eating on this time. They kind of see you and then they learn from you. And then you can selectively breed the dog. That is why dogs are so famous. So you do have the working class just because you bred them to be a working class dog. And Labradors, you can train them to be aggressive as well. But I think pit bulls come into that category because when you see a Labrador puppy, you think that it won't bite. No one is scared of a Labrador. Okay, and the next one is what kind of dogs we have. We have guarding dogs, we have farm dogs, and then we have an apartment dog. So this Labrador right here, it's like a house dog. And then we do have hunting dogs, and then we have dogs for training. We can train them, or you can go and train other puppies. So that is what training would be coming. Then you do have agility. I would say agility would be for shows, and also very rarely it will come in the picture when you want to have a farm animal is when I would say you need agility, or when you want your dogs to hunt with you. I don't know how famous hunting is in India. I don't think it is a lot, but in US, yes, hunting is legal in some parts. And also when it comes to hunting, I'm not talking about deer or bear or like big animals. You do have rabbits, you do have rats when it comes in a farm. So I'm talking about the small animals. I am not talking about the endangered species here. Okay, and then you do have a partner for life. Yes, even though they are guard dogs, even they are farm dogs, even they are any kind of dog, they will be your partner. And that's not a day or two until they're on this earth. They will be yours. And now coming to the next topic, how to select a dog. So first you have to question these things before you get select a breed of a dog. Though French pup. Here these are called Frenchies. They are so adorable, but then you have to think when you're getting a puppy, what is the use? Why do I need a puppy? Do I need it just as a companion animal? Or I do have a 10-acre farm. I probably need a dog who can take care of 10 acres. So the other thing is, okay, I do have a farm. I do want to go hunting sometimes, get a rabbit, get a game or something. The other thing would be, okay, I do have a dog. I want to train it, right? So you have to think about the use. You want to retrieve. So golden retrievers or Labrador retrievers, they just retrieve things. You just throw a ball, they'll just bring it back to you. That is what a retriever is. So they just bring you. So in the olden days, why the retrievers were used is when they used to hunt birds. They just used to go swim or run and bring that game to you. So game is usually referred to the bird that you have probably killed. I wouldn't say, yeah. I don't know why people do hunt, but yes, some people do have reasons. I don't kind of judge anybody. And then need, of course, you need a dog. Everyone would need a dog. Everyone would want a dog, but sometimes you do need a dog when it comes to your emotional status or your working class. If you're a working class, if you have a farm, you do need a dog which can help you with the chores, which can take care of the horses, which can take care of cows, which can take care of your sheep or goat, right? And then They also take care of chickens and rabbits as well. They don't eat them though. Some dogs might, but usually they try to avoid those tiny creatures. Okay, and then you have to think about the breed. Just because Frenchies are cute, you don't select them. Even though Frenchies are cute, they come with a lot of pros and cons. They can't breathe. Yes, they can't breathe. Especially in India, I wouldn't get a Frenchie because they can't breathe, because they can't even breathe in US. Oh my God. They're super expensive. They're very famous in US, but I would. Frenchies are really adorable. They have a really nice personality, but I wouldn't get it. One. That is just me. And then the effort that you have to put in. Dogs take a lot of effort to train them, to have them in the house. That's like babies every day. If you drop something and you forget, it'll swallow it for sure. They just they just want to know what it is. If they don't know it, they think it is food. So they're just like babies. And then money, of course. When when you select a dog, you have to think about money. I'm not saying buy an expensive dog. When I say money, you have to afford a dog. When I say afford a dog, they do are like children. They do have diseases. They might need veterinary attention. So I have lot of people who just buy a dog and think that is it. No, they have to be vaccinated every year. I do know owners who will come back and they're like, oh, we never know that we have to vaccinate a dog, and the dog is already 8 years old, not spayed, not neutered. So you have to realize before you get a dog that there are a lot of things that you have to consider. They breed, they come into heat. You have to spay them, you have to neuter them, and then you have to vaccinate them. And if something happens, God forbid it should not, when you have a companion animal, you do care for them. But yes, veterinary is expensive. Taking care of dogs can be expensive just like humans, because they might have foreign bodies, they might have diabetes, they might have thyroidism, hyperthyroid, hypothyroid. Hyperthyroid is very rare in dogs though, but I have seen cases. But then you do have Cushing's, Addisonians, a lot of diseases, and it's very expensive. Okay. Some people say, okay, I just want a dog. I would say no, just because it is a commitment for life. It's like having a baby. So if you don't know why you're getting a dog, I would just wait and not get a dog. And the other thing is, yes, they're not toys. You just get a dog and give it to your mom or dad and ask them to take care. No, they do have a lot of things to take care. They are taking care of you. They have a lot of things to do. If you are getting a dog, you have to take care of it. If you think that, oh, mom and dad will take care of it, no, that would not be a good thing. Because yeah, that happened with me. I thought I can take care of my puppy, left it in India. I had to come to US. I still miss her. She is having a very good life because my mom is single. She is a house. She usually stays in the house, and the dog. I trained her as well, so I took care of her. But I do miss that. So when you're kids, when you're getting a puppy, you have a lot of things that you have to think. I do have a puppy here, but in US, you have a lot of things. It is very easy to have a pet here because you can take them with you everywhere you go. Most of the places do allow pets here. They do have a very good life here. The veterinary services are really good. You do have emergency veterinary services here as well. Okay. And I don't know if you give puppies in India, but we do give puppies a lot here around Christmas, New Year. Your girlfriend will give you a puppy. Most of the Sometimes they end up in streets is why I would say don't gift, because the other person might not take care of it very well. They might not be ready for a puppy. I know gifts, like gifting a puppy is not common in India. It wasn't when I was working, at least. But yes, they are not gifts. So this is a whole campaign in US about these things, that they are not toys or gifts, because people do get three, four, five pets. They do have pets in most of the houses. They get three pets and then they will just walk in and they're like, we never vaccinate our pets. I'm like, nope. And then they'll be like, we are having pets for the last 20 years. We never vaccinated them. So when you get those questions, you have to really explain them that there weren't much diseases at that time. Even though they had diseases, they probably didn't have much awareness. So veterinary subject is there for a long time, but then we are making a lot of advancements there. And no pets. Of course, if you're not ready, don't get a pet. So sometimes you'll think that, okay, I want to rescue this pet, but then you'll realize, oh my God, why did I even get this pet? Because sometimes you probably are not ready. When I say we're not ready, it's not just about money, it's also about the time, also the effort, also how much you know about a pet is very important. Sorry, I have to track. Oh, just probably will wrap up soon. Okay. And then don't get them in haste. So you go into walk into the store. This puppy is so cute. You get it. No, I would not recommend that because I've done that once. I will never do that again. So you should never get pets in haste. You have to discuss. If you're living with people around you, you have to talk with them. You have to know if they're comfortable with that breed. You have to know what the breed would be for. And then that is when you get the puppy. And of course, think 100 times before getting a puppy. Like 101 time. 1,000 times is not also a bad idea. Like ask yourself that question every single time before you get a pet, yes. And then you have to research for sure. I would say research, even for a mutt. So, like a rescue, you have to research about the breed or a dog, like how to raise them, how to take care of a dog. This is something that you have to do research for. And then I know this is a new thing that our chief minister and most of the people are now trying to get our indigenous breed, that is Indian breeds. So you do have mutts. I don't know, most of the people probably are aware of this, but I would just tell these for the people who doesn't know. Mutts are some dogs who are, you don't know the breeds. They probably are mixed breeds. So mutts are mixed breeds or dogs that don't have any pedigree. So Indian breeds are not mutts. Yes, they are not mutts. We do have some breeds that are really indigenous, and they probably, I think most of the dog breeds. So these links, they usually go to these two pages that I found really helpful. So one is the Wikipedia page for dog breeds. The other one is just uh, self search. If you just Google Indian breed dogs or Indian dog breeds, you have all this range. So I love Rajpalayam. I've never seen a Rajpalayam, but they're so handsome. So these are a few breeds that people have bred for a long time. Usually, I think they're just working class dogs. Most of them, they look like hounds. And then you do have Wikipedia page that has a list of Indian dog breeds right here. So when you go into each and every dog breed, they'll tell you the history, how to breed them, or how they have been bred, and what is the use and everything. Okay. Yep. So you probably not have much information here as much as you have for the other dog breeds, but these are some of the breeds I would consider because they are bred for Indian conditions, that is Indian climatic conditions. So, and then you, when it comes to selecting a breed, why is it important? It is important because a breed is not suitable everywhere. We have breeds for a reason. We have to question ourselves why we need breeds. So here is something that you probably have to consider as well. So Shih Tzus, they are really cute. They have a lot of hair, but are they good for the climatic conditions that you are in? Now it is winter, this is fine. When it is summer, oh my God, even humans, like if I come to India, or if when I was in India, I couldn't bear summer. It is really hot. Now you have air conditioning, but at that time, I don't think most of the people could afford air conditioning. But yeah, so Shih Tzus are brachycephalic. It means their noses are very short. They can't breathe very well. They have a lot of hair. So they need cold temperatures. And also, they have a lot of hair. They need a lot of grooming. They need their hair cut. So when you're getting a puppy, the Shih Tzu puppies are so cute. But the adults are cute, but not as cute as puppies. So there are some of these things that you have to consider when it comes to a veterinarian's point of view. I would say when you're getting a breed, right here you can actually see not the American Kennel Club, but right here you do have all your watchdogs here. You do have Rottweilers. It will just tell you about the breed, okay, and what their so advantages are. But we have, as a veterinarian, we have to look into disadvantages. So the Rottweilers, most of the breeders want Rottweilers to be aggressive. So I would not breed a Rottweiler for being aggressive because they're really big dogs, difficult to train when you are in a bunch of people around you. I would not do that. So backyard breeding is something. So I do have somewhere here as selective breeding, right? I don't know where the slide went, but yeah, right here. So when you get when I said selective breeding, it also comes with the breed, not even the breed. I would say more about behavior of the breed. So Rottweilers are thought to be very ferocious, but they are not in real. Okay, I have seen Rottweilers who are like babies, and I have seen Rottweilers who would come for your blood for sure when you're a veterinarian. They have a lot of memory, and pugs. And I have known that chihuahuas can be really aggressive. They are like land sharks. If you ask a veterinarian which breed you would avoid, most of the people will say chihuahuas because they bite a lot. But when it comes to pit bull, as famously said as the most aggressive dogs, I have seen pit bulls, they never bite. They growl, they snarl, they don't bite as much as the other dog breeds would. And yes, more, I don't know. When I was a veterinary student, people wanted to breed dogs for ferociousness or aggressiveness. To be a territorial dog, you don't have to be having an aggressive dog. So when you select a breed, I would say let's go with the bull mastiff. Where is it? Breed of the day, or let's go with the breed of the day. Let's say Skye Terrier. So being a veterinarian, you should not only know about the breed specifics, like how much the weight would be, okay, and how much the height would be, what will be the life expectancy, and what is the group. So when it comes to the group, you probably think about why is it mostly used. Terriers, we know they're short, they have a lot of hair, but this page will actually give you more information about terriers, how to take care of it, what nutrition or grooming, exercise they need. So they do need a little bit of regular exercise. They don't need a lot of activity. They are not even couch potatoes. So when it is comes to training, it says temperament. So they are kind of reserved with strangers. So they probably won't trust everyone. And then training, they are not too stubborn. They're independent, but also they don't want to eager up or please. So these are some of the things that you have to think about when you get a breed. Okay, so you do have a lot of breeds that you want to compare. I'm just saying, stressing about all these things because they are most important. You just don't go dive in and see, okay, I need a dog for next 12 years. I'll just get some breed. No, that is not how you select a breed. These things are really important. I would say bull mastiff because I have one. Surprisingly, Indian kennel clubs don't have Indian breeds there. That is really surprising. So, bull mastiff. When it comes to bull mastiff, I was really scared. I got a bull mastiff. I know they're big, but after reading about all these things, I was like, "Oops, maybe this breed is not for me." I know they can be apartment breeds, but yes, I should have probably know more about these breeds. Of course, I'm Indian. I don't know much about the breeds, but yes, they are very alert. They can be agreeable, but they are very adamant as well. And then you do have the specifics right here. And yeah, this would be something that you probably have to go and see. Okay. And I would say this is very important. The health, of course, you don't want your pet to be unhealthy all the life. So you have some things that you have to really take care of when you select a breed. So for big dogs like bull mastiffs who can be around 50 kgs, you have to think about their hips, elbows, and also they do have a lot of cardiac diseases or thyroid diseases just because they're big. That is how their breeds are. So being a veterinarian, you just not have to know about the breed. You also have to know about what are they prone for. When it comes to Labradors, they do have skin issues, and then they have hip dysplasia because of the breeding, I would say, and also the breed, and also tumors, masses. So these are some things that you have to think about when selecting. So most famous that breeds in India usually are Indian Speds, that is more apartment kind of dogs, Chihuahuas, and Pugs. I know it's a very brachycephalic breed. When you get a pug, you have to be ready to listen to all that snoring. They can't breathe very well. They're prone to obesity and skin diseases. Do you guys agree? Most of them will probably. And then the most cutest breed is German Shepherds. So in US, the German Shepherd's a little bit different than what we have in India. In India, the German Shepherds, they don't need much training, but yes, they need a lot of training. Here, German Shepherds are very big. They need a lot of training. Puppies, any puppy need a lot of training. If the puppy is just chewing everything in your house, it means it's not getting enough training. So when you're getting a puppy, you have to think about the training. Even Chihuahua needs training. Even Indian Speds need training because When you go to a veterinarian, you don't want your dog to eat everyone, kill everyone. They have to be socialized. Socialization is very important. So these are some of the things and some of the information. I don't want to take much time. It's already half hour, 1 hour. I probably need a few minutes to answer your questions. You probably have a lot of questions for me. And also, the kennel club that I was saying, where is it, that page? Yes, here. So Rottweilers, German Shepherds, I don't know much terriers. When I was working, we didn't knew many terriers. We had more Spids and then Chihuahuas, of course, and Poodles. Also, dog hair is something that you have to think about when you get a puppy. They shed a lot. Some people, some dogs shed less, some dogs a lot, poodles very less. And some people think that when you try to breed poodles with other breeds, they don't shed. It's a myth. They do shed. But there is less chance of shedding. And then you have people who have allergies to dogs. So these are some of the things that you as a pet owner has to consider, and also a veterinarian. I would say all you guys who wants to be a veterinarian or already a veterinarian or belong to a veterinarian class, even though you are a parastaff, you probably have to know about these breeds. And I would say do talk with other people about breeds. Tell them how to do the research. Tell them how you think is they a good fit for your family. And also, when you talk about advantages, always talk about the disadvantages, because not, they're like humans. Everyone has their good side and the bad side, right? So Labradors, German Shepherds, Golden Retrievers, they do have health problems, mast cell tumors in German Shepherds. And pit bulls, they have mast cell tumors, they have lipomas. They are not, I would not say every dog that you buy, every mass is a tumor. No. You do have benign tumors. It's just aesthetically, it's not good, and you probably want it to be removed. And then you don't want hair all in your house. I don't want people to come and sit on your couch which is full of hair. That is also something that you have to think about. And pet grooming, when I said pet grooming, you have to brush them every day to avoid mats. Because once a pet is matted, it's difficult to get off the mats. It's painful to the dog, it's painful for you, it's painful to see them. And also, in the end, I want to tell you all guys to rescue. So when you want a puppy, you want a breed, but I would say you do get really good breeds that people have given up. Adopt them. Adoption is the best thing. Even though it is not taken care of, rescuing and adoption is not a big thing in India, but I want you guys to do that. So I think I will conclude my session here. Maybe we will continue with this session maybe later if time permits. What do you say, Shubham?
Ma'am, we should take the queries of the participants.
Yes, we will do that. I would just okay. I don't know. Stop presenting. Okay. Yep, there you go. Thank you guys can see me now. Yes. I am open for your questions. I know I'm not going into breeds because everything, as I said, is online. You can check it. If you don't know the breed, you do have DNA test to check what the breed it is. And sometimes you might still not find answers. You need to go with your intuition and see how the behavior of the dog is. That is how. Yep. Questions. And please ask me questions. Do I see any questions here, Shubham?
Or you ask in person as well. But if you ask.
What is it?
Kindly post your question in the chat box. If somebody want to ask directly, they can unmute themselves and directly ask also.
Yes. I see that not many people, I thought there'll be a lot of people here, but today,
I'm 250 participants has had registered for the webinar. Now they know why
okay.
they hadn't joined.
Maybe Sundays are the wrong time. And also it's a long
Yes,
weekend, I
ma'am.
don't think.
Hello. Wrong time and wrong day.
That is okay, yeah. That is okay. Yeah, New Year is around and Christmas, people are enjoying their holidays. It's winter. I don't blame anybody because I myself was in my holiday. Yes.
So I think nobody has any kind of query.
I don't know why. Did I just give a very bad presentation is why you guys don't have any questions?
Yeah, you can provide the feedback as well. If you want to say, you can tell us that
Yeah. And
maybe in
and
present
then of
future.
course this is Shakti. This picture was taken yesterday. We have a lot of snow here. She is 6 months old. She turned 6 months this 24th. And that is Snowy, my baby. I miss her a lot. She is 6 years old. So of course when you get a breed, it always depends on the adult and the puppy form. Puppies are so cute, but not adults can be cute because it depends on the owners. But then you don't. The first thing I would say is don't judge anybody. They pet or them. Some owners are really too into their pet, or they're not too into the pet. I would say. So this is probably I'm not a good person. I didn't go into all these dog breeds because I don't know how the veterinary medicine in India is going right now. I can only talk about some breeds in US. Of course, I can talk about Indian breeds, but maybe they are more different right now. I don't know how the lifestyle has turned after 4 years because I hear it is completely different one from when I was a veterinarian. So I didn't go much into it. Guys, I want you to ask questions at least one. Bring it on. Any weird question is fine for me. Of course, they are not weird questions. There are no weird questions. Okay, what kind of training does a dog need? Should we send dog away for training? So every dog needs training. Even sit and stand is also called training. Yes. Sometimes you want your dog to sit. When someone comes into your house, you don't want your dog to lunge at them or scratch them because some dogs might be some people might be very scared of dogs. So you can send away for training. It is a good thing, but I would say don't send them away because you as a owner you have to train your pet. So training is not just you send away your children to school and they learn and come back. No, of course you do have doggy daycare, but I would say when you train a dog you have to go. So Shakti is going for training, but I take her, I train her. They just tell you how to train your dog. And many pet owners ask how to train a dog. Yes, there are a lot of videos. I would say positive reinforcement is the best one. You do have a lot of training videos, but it is a very cute subject. But I would say give treats for everything your dog do, and then take off the treats and still say you're a good girl. They have to know the difference between good girl and a bad girl. So when it comes to training, everything is online. You can see a lot of videos, lot of books that would probably explain you how to train a dog. I probably will do a session here how to train a dog as well. And thank you so much for your webinar. My pleasure. I know this is a wrong time, but yeah. Which breed is easiest to pet? I would say all breeds are easiest to pet. It just depends on how you want to raise it. So even if it is a very aggressive breed, they can be made docile. So easiest to pet, I would say any Pomeranian is easiest to pet. And then it all depends on their genetics as well. So that is why I would say selective breeding, because the breeders will probably raise their pets for specific purposes, and some breeders just raise them with all the love and affection. So I would be saying mother and father are also the stud, and the or the sire and the dam is very important when it comes to selecting a breed or a pet or a puppy. And also backyard breeding is something that I would call as like they don't have any ethics. They just are like puppy mills. I would not buy a puppy from someone like that or acquire a puppy from someone like that. So easiest to pet is something like Shih Tzus or Maltese or Pekingese, and also they do have temperament. They do need training, but yeah, they do nap, but they are easy, very easy to pet. Labradors are really good, but then they're big dogs. That is something you have to consider if you're living in a small apartment. And also they need a lot of training, lot of walks. You have to walk your dogs for sure. Even terriers, chihuahuas, they need walking. And yeah, training is all a new subject, because I, being a veterinarian, I'm very into training, because I don't like pets coming in have zero training. They have to know how to sit. They have to know how to stay. They have to know, they should, when it comes to training, even touching their feet, doing nails is a part of training, because dogs are very possessive when it comes to their paws or mouth. You have to look at your pet before you can treat it, right? You know how important it is. So which one is the hardest to pet? I would say when a breed becomes hardest when people don't train it very well. But I've seen the hardest pet is chihuahuas for sure. And then I would say German shepherds. They are very scared. They're cute, but they're scared. It's just their mentality. So the more dog bites to the veterinarians. And the hardest is something I would say very adamant dogs. So some breeds are really adamant, like bull mastiffs can be adamant. You do have German shepherds can be adamant, Rottweilers can be adamant. So it's not just a single breed. It also depends on how the parents were, how you have trained your pet, how the parents have been trained, and how the intellectual, like each and every dog is different. Every dog has its own behavior, its own learning capability. Some dogs are really sharp. The breed itself is very sharp, easy to train. But some dogs are just, like Shih Tzus, they're just lab dogs. So, yeah. Are fruits and vegetables good for dogs? Yes, but not all fruits. I would say avoid seeds. Grapes are not good. Chocolates are not good. Of course, it's not a fruit or a vegetable. Vegetables, most of them are good, but probably have to boil. It depends on the dog. Some dogs eat raw carrots, but some dogs may have issues with the metabolism, might need steamed vegetables, that is boiled vegetables. But most of the fruits and vegetables are good for the dogs. So that is BAF diet. Lot of information online for that as well. So when it comes to saying no for fruits and veggies, I would say it depends on the school of thought, because they have been eating fruits and veggies. Being a veterinarian, I say go for fruits and veggies, and also depends on how much you're feeding them. They should have a balanced diet. They should also have proteins, carbs as well. So balanced diet, just fruits and veggies is a big no, but fruits and veggies with protein is okay. If you have a fat dog, I would always tell them to add green beans and carrots. The internet says they're good. Being a veterinarian, I would say good. So this is what happens. You probably don't have much awareness, and then you do have people with lot of different school of thoughts. You have veterinarians lot with different school of thoughts. So if you're not satisfied with one veterinarian, go to the other one. Also, when I was a veterinarian, I'm not saying that is the scenario right now. People are encouraged to sell dog food, so that is why probably people are saying no to fruits and veggies. But when it comes to fruits and veggies, it's a whole lot of nutrition. It's just like human pediatrician. Like I would say, veterinarians are like animal pediatricians or like the pediatricians, human pediatricians who take care of more than humans. Because each and every pet is different. They need a lot of work, they need a lot of understanding. You being a owner, you have to understand. You being a veterinarian, you have to understand more about the breeds. So fruits and vegetables are good for dogs, but it's just don't overdo them. When you say apples are good, apple seeds are very poisonous to dogs, so you have to take the seeds out before you feed that apple to the dog. So because they can't just bite, and if you tell them don't eat the seeds, they probably will eat them for sure. So yes, vegetables, carrots, broccoli. Shakti's favorite thing is broccoli. So whenever you open fridge or deep fridge, she'll be right there. They're good. Yes. Any more questions?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yes. If you don't have questions, I think we will end this up.
If
And
you have
any
any
insight
queries,
about
you
what is
can
it?
post us to via email. We will definitely send right back your feedback and inquiries.
Yes, if you have any queries, just send it either to Shubham or you can just post it in YouTube. I will check back. I hope you liked the presentation. I have not received how I did the presentation, but I would like some feedback there as well. And all the best for your future. Ask more questions, learn more. You have a lot of books and internet, learn more. And then if you have any doubt, ask your professors or you or your friends who can answer them. So being a veterinarian, you probably have to know the breeds, not as how much as a owner should be, not in that perspective, but I would say healthcare. So when you have a Chihuahua coming in or you have a Terrier coming in, probably you have to think, okay, what diseases terriers are more prone to. So these are some of the things you have to consider. But yeah, if you need any other videos to continue, I would be open for your suggestions. If you need a certain video on training or anything like that, just let me know, okay? Thank you so much for joining on a Sunday evening and have a good day.